Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice to be here. And I'm actually looking forward to make this statement and have a discussion with all of you. But yeah, as soldier, when the general call, we must come. So I apologize that I maybe would like to make a very short statement, and after that, I have to go and hopefully could catch up with you later in the discussions. I'm not an REDD expert. Pak Agus is. I'm just a simple farmer. I would like to. So to be very honest, if you ask me about what is REDD, and I will say, yeah, maybe as red as your napkin there. That's probably the most that I can understand about red. But let me share with you at least 3 points that I think is very important in agriculture point of view. First, the core principles of REDD is actually sustainability. That is the heart of REDD. And what I mean by sustainability is a comprehensive one. It's all aspects inside it, social, economics, as well as ecological, but even sometimes, of course, political, social, and all others. So, in agriculture perspective, sustainability is a must. It's no doubt the most important things that we must do in this present and the futures. And the driving force behind sustainability for agriculture, at least there are 2 big driving forces that now been more and more can be seen in the market, in the field, in all of activities. And that driving force is the consumer demand and government commitment. These 2 becoming very, very important. And so in the case of sustainability, the question is, it's not whether or not sustainability or whether or not we should come with the sustainable development, but how. That is something is very important for us, and we very much would like to ask and humbly ask you, all of you, to join with the government of Indonesia, with the Ministry of Agriculture, answering to millions of farmers about how to do a sustainable agriculture. Let me share with you that Indonesian farmers, as all other farmers in the world, the challenge is not to learn, but to unlearn. The biggest challenge is not to learn, actually, but to unlearn the old knowledge, the previous habit, something that already done by years. So that's one. And the second is, many agricultural activities is something that cannot be changed overnight. If you plant palm oil or rubber or cocoa or coffee, any others, then you must have like 15 to 20 years in perspective. And that is not something that you can change years or 2 years or 5 years. We need to complete the cycle and start again with a new approach, with new technology. So, for the government, the strategy for sustainability is, at least for agriculture, first, we must do mitigation through adaptation. So the main strategy is to adapt with the current situation, with the changes, not only ecologically, but also in terms of market and regulations. So we must adapt in that sense, and by doing so, we could also mitigate. The main tools for doing that is technology. Technology must be the main instrument for us. But unfortunately, the knowledge and the science of that technology sometimes is, or in many cases, is still need to be developed. Many questions need to be answered. And from that answers, we develop the technology. Related with that also is investment. We can talk in hundreds of seminars, and I will be, Pak Sofyan Wanandi will criticize me on this. But yes, we can talk in so many seminars, but without investment, without someone put their money where their mouth is, then it's useless. Then that includes government. That also includes government. And if I may humbly share with you, if I mean by government, even in agriculture, I cannot do it alone. I have to report to the parliaments, I have to talk to the finance ministers, I have to coordinate with the Bapenas and all of that. So even just to allocate my budget in Ministry of Agriculture, I have to be able to convince so many in many aspects. And with that, the process must be gradual. We cannot have an instance in doing this. And of course, growth and sustainability must be in the reflection. It's a dual goals. It's not one or the others. Ladies and gentlemen, related with that, of course, if we talk about REDD, my very best friend, Daniel Modiarso, will criticize me on palm oil. Certainly. That is one of the best investment right now in agriculture. But it's not without the reason. Palm oil in Indonesia, the productivity is 9 times than soybean. It's 7 times than sunflowers. 5 times than rapeseed. So if you would like to produce a certain amount of biofuel or any other vegetables oils, you will need 9 times more acre if you do soybean than palm oil. In terms of land acreage in the whole world, palm oil is about 12 to 13 million hectares. But soybean now is already past 100 million. Sunflower, 23, 24 million hectares. So you can stop palm oil, and palm oil already been consumed in more than 100 countries. So if you stop palm oil, you will need another 100 million hectares if we would like to fulfill the market with soybean. I can bet even Pak Modiarso can agree with me, the impact on the environment will be totally different. So that is something I would like also to consider in the perspective. Put on top of that, 44% of our Indonesian palm oil is done by smallholders. It's very much related to 3.5 million people work there. Our export of palm oil is about 14 to 15 billion US dollar a year. And now we already produce around 2 million tons of sustainable CPO. So again, the question is not whether or not we should develop palm oil, but how we develop palm oil. That's why, starting from 2008, the government of Indonesia already initiated what we call it as Indonesian Sustainable Palm Oil System, ISPO. This is a systematic kind of approach to all the regulation related to palm oil. It's not perfect yet, still many problems. We recognize that situations, but at least government of Indonesia will be the first in the world who make a sustainable palm oil a mandatory in any productions in the countries. So in this international forum, I would like also to invite all of you to give us input, give us critics, and contribute to the Indonesian sustainable palm oil system. In this year is the stage of pilot project. We are trying with about 24 companies who voluntarily use the ISPO system, but by 2012, hopefully, we already make the mandatory of ISPO, and by 2015, hopefully at least half of our production will be done in a sustainable way. As a close, I would like to give my point on REDD. Again, in my humble opinion as a non-expert of REDD, I see REDD as a tool. REDD is not an objective. REDD is only a tool. So I will leave to the expert on how to construct REDD, but please put that on the context that the sustainability that as a goal for REDD is also mean sustainable poverty reductions. It's not only a sustainable ecologically, but also sustainable poverty reductions, sustainable food security, sustainable energy security, and of course, sustainable economic growth. So if we put that REDD in that bigger context, then probably we could use REDD to serve the goal of the prosperity of the people of the countries. I, again, thank you for the invitation and very much looking forward for the discussions, but apologize if I have to leave earlier in this very, very interesting occasion. I thank you for your kind attentions.